Hey team, welcome back to the vlogs. Let's go. Kicking back my YouTube comeback, taking a big fat L on the Gold Coast Marathon last weekend. So this video is just going to be straight up honest, like they always are, but hopefully can inspire, motivate someone out there as well, just to realize it doesn't really fucking matter, does it? I'm going to come back, I'm going to bounce back. And that's what life's about. You take L's all the fucking time, but what do you do with those L's? Okay, who do you become from those lessons, failures, setbacks after, you've put in so much work, time, etc., and nothing really goes to plan? And that's pretty much what happened on the Gold Coast. So to be honest, the whole entire week, I was quite sick. So I started getting sick on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday especially. So I knew Sunday, right, was going to be a very, very tough ask to try and hit a PB. In fact, it was going to be impossible. I just didn't have what it was going to take. And yeah, that's fine. It just wasn't my day. There's no excuses. It just wasn't my day. And that happens, right? That happens from time to time, and it's part of life. I think my game plan going into the Mara was just to try and hold 4:08 pace, so 4 minutes, 8 seconds per kilometer, as long as I could. Now, should I have changed up the game plan knowing I was sick and underdone? Possibly, but if anyone knows me, truly knows me, you would know that that just isn't an option for me. And I decided, fuck it. Who gives a shit? Mentally, I know this isn't going to be my best race, but mentally, I've already prepared for war. Let's just go out, go as hard as I possibly can, and crash and burn and just see what happens. And that's exactly what happened. I think I had a good 22 Ks in me. I think I averaged 4:08 for the first 22 Ks. But shortly after that, it just all went downhill. My body wasn't recovering. I was breathing out of my mouth the whole time because I couldn't actually breathe through my nose. When you're sick, your muscles are just absolutely spent and drained. And that's what I was feeling pretty much the whole run. So I had a good 22 Ks and then shit hit the fan, and I was literally just holding on for that entire second half of the race. In fact, I think the last 10 Ks, I stopped and I had to walk literally like 10 times. That's how fucking brutal it was and how much in pain I was. And that's just not me, like having to stop and walk. So that's big for me. But it just shows me how fucked I actually was. I just had to get it done. Like there was no other way. Look, it's not your day. Who gives a fuck? You're still here. You can still give your best effort. And that's why I'm here making this video, because I know I gave my best effort. There couldn't be anything else I could have done. Like I literally drilled myself into the ground. That's why I'm still sick as fuck at the moment. We're back in Dubai. What's the day? Thursday. So I started getting sick a week ago. But yeah, man, that's what happens. All right. Okay, so that's the race. Didn't go to plan. Tough shit. No excuses. I'll be fucking back. The race itself was fucking fantastic. I loved it. The course really surprised me. I loved every part of it. It was super packed, super busy, a lot of supporters. Also, shout out to all of the supporters calling me Terminator or just yelling at me, giving me support. Honestly, you don't really realize how impactful it is when you're just hearing your name or hearing some sort of motivation when you're in the trenches going hard as fuck. So massive shout out to everyone I saw out there. I really appreciate you guys. But yeah, the race was sick, and what else? I was just so keen to get that motherfucker done. So that's out of the way. The week itself had a fantastic week. It was one of our first team events as Quicks Academy. So we had about 12 clients there, ticking off the half marathon and the marathon. We had, a couple of cool events with the team, which was epic. All of the guys got some pretty crazy results. A lot of the guys, it was their first ever marathon, which was insane. And it was just good to obviously meet them face to face. We go through such a large prep and everything's online, and first time meeting the team, it was sick. So we had a lot of good fun, especially after the marathon, put on drinks and just celebrated everyone's achievements, which is really the main thing, to be honest. That's why you work so goddamn hard, so that you can enjoy the hard work, the fruits of your labor. And I think for me, that was a big focus coming into that week. Just enjoying the week as much as I possibly could. Another great thing about the week was seeing a lot of friends and family. Obviously being over here in Dubai now, we're a long way from home. So seeing, my family, my friends, it's always a blessing. And as you get older, it's something that you truly, truly gotta remind yourself of how important those times are. So we had an epic celebration on Sunday. It was awesome. My mum and my stepdad were there. A lot of my close friends were there as well, which, it's fucking epic. And that's what it's about, man. So that is the Gold Coast chapter done. Now let's talk about the lesson in this, okay? Because, look, I did take a big fat L, but that's what life is as well, right? You want to take L's. You want to find out what you're made of. You want to push the limits. You want to see what you're capable of. Because if you don't, you're one of those guys that sit on the couch and gossip and talk shit and do nothing with their life. I would much rather be someone that puts himself out there, goes incredibly hard. If he does take an L, he cops it on the chin, and he pulls and picks the things that he knows he can take from that lesson, from that failure, from that challenge to move himself forward. And that's all it is, right? Because after I've gone through this so many times of going so goddamn hard on something, whether it's my fitness, physique, business, relationships, particularly business, right? You take so many L's all the fucking time. So you just get used to the fact that the lessons and the failures are exactly what you need. And it's exactly what's going to keep moving you forward. So for me, the lessons in this, which I'm hopefully trying to share out here for anyone watching this, is don't be afraid of putting yourself out there and going so hard and falling short. Whether it was just wasn't your day, or something happened, or shit got in the way, the main thing, you still dedicated yourself to something. You're still showing up 110% no matter what. You're still going out there and putting yourself in an uncomfortable territory where most men would fold and crumble. And where do you think winning actually lives? Is it in the comfort zone of never really achieving much or pushing your boundaries? Or is it outside in the arena where it's fucking full of fear, doubt, haters, challenge, stress, pressure? That's where winning is, baby. You know what I mean? So, look, I'll take this L on the chin. It wasn't my day, but I'll be back. I cannot fucking wait. I'm super confident that I can hit a 250 mara. I know I can. I know I can be a fucking great runner at my size. I just need a little bit more time, and I need, obviously, things to go a little bit more in my favor for race day. I know what's going to come. So this is on YouTube, because one day I'm going to come back to this video and see, I fucking told you, motherfucker. And that's going to give me a lot of confidence, a lot of conviction within myself to take forward to another challenge that I set my sights on, whether it be a fitness goal or a business goal, right? This is all what's in this lesson, right? How can you handle the setback, the failure, the loss? Do you use it to push you forward, or do you use it to keep you stuck? Because the worst thing that you could do is sit here, sulk, whinge, cry, complain, blame, and then use that fear to never try anything again. And that's just not me. I fucking hate that. So hopefully, me being, I wouldn't even say this is vulnerable, me just being open and honest can give you the power to not be afraid to chase goals and fail. And hopefully I can give you the motivation to not only use that setback, that challenge, and that lesson, but use it to move you forward, okay? Get out of your head, remove the emotion. It's just a fucking race. You're going to use it to bounce back and come back even stronger. Now, the next part I want to talk about with this is I feel fucking, apart from being sick, I feel fucking great now that that marathon is done. Because I'll be honest, over the past 6 months, with everything that has gone on in my life, especially with business, right? We've had a lot of growth, a lot of challenges, a lot of team hiring, firing, training, hiring, firing, training. It's been a lot of stress over the past 6 months, as well as trying to prep for this marathon. I'll be honest, man, it was fucking grinding me down. And now that I don't have this marathon lingering over my head, I'm like a free man in some way. And I'm going to get a lot of energy, time back that I can put back into the team, our clients, business, growth, everything like that. So I'm super excited for the next 6 months of this year. A lot of focus is going to go in business growth because ultimately I've got a lot of shit to do. I've got a lot of lessons to learn, a lot of areas to focus on to become better over these next 6 months. I've got to continually grow the best coaching program in the world with Quicks Academy and Quicks Clothing. Some very exciting kind of changes that have been unfolding quite slowly over the past couple of months, but we're really going to ramp things up in the next few months, which I'm really excited about with that. And yeah, now that I've got a lot more freedom with my training, all I'm focused on is getting jacked as shit, right? Getting super strong. And I just want to maintain my fitness base, my running base, except I'm going to go hard on some VO2 max stuff. So with our programming at Quicks Academy, our head of athletics, Alex, he programs all of our athletic development side of things. And our next training camp or team camp is going to be over here in Dubai, the Burj to Burj half marathon. And I'm going to go for my quickest time. So that's going to be exciting. So that's at the end of January. So we've got a lot of time to prep, but that's my only target for next year. That's my only target for the next 6 to 8 months. And that's also going to be a team target for Quicks Academy. And I also want to bring some athletes over with Quicks for that as well. So excited for that. I guess to finish, congratulations to anyone out there that completed the marathon or even attempted it. You know, you're out there doing what most people, are too afraid to do. And it's a huge achievement. So big shout out, big congrats. It's hard fucking work and it's a huge achievement. The message just for guys that don't reach their goal or that put pressure on themselves and they come away like a big fat loser like myself. It's okay, man. It's okay to be a loser. Everyone in the world who has ever won anything had to lose. Everyone, right? Look at the top dogs. Look at the man here, the best boxer in the world, arguably the scariest, baddest man on the planet. He took L's, multiple L's, all the fucking time. But I guarantee it, no one would still want to challenge him, right? Even though he's lost, right? So I think the biggest lesson that I want to share here with you is you've got to be able to control your mindset, control your ability to control your outcomes. I think a lot of people, a lot of men especially, they take a loss or they take a challenge or something that's testing them. It could be a breakup. It could be just lacking confidence. It could be an embarrassing moment. Something happened. It could be, getting sacked from work or something, right? Men get stuck here because they overconsume themselves on thinking that this L or this lesson or this failure results in them being a loser, or results in them being a failure. And, this gets their confidence down, this gets their energy down, their ability to actually move forward. Their mind is consumed by one tiny outcome instead of you consuming your mind on controlling the outcome from that lesson. Because that's all it is. It's just a lesson. And if you can control the outcomes from every lesson that you go through in life, you're literally controlling your destiny, right? You're controlling how you think, what you're going to take from a lesson, and how you're going to move forward with that lesson. But most guys, they get stuck upstairs thinking, I'm a failure, I'm never going to try that again, I'm so embarrassed, I suck, I'm so lost, I'm confused, I'm depressed. It's all fucking bullshit. You need to build an ability to control the outcomes in your mind, especially in these tough times, lessons, failures, setbacks, etc. Because that is what dictates winning, right? Like I said before, everyone who's ever won anything in life had to go through the lessons, the failures, the losses. The only reason why they won is they didn't let that lesson, that failure, that challenge stop them. They used it to move them forward, to push them further, to build them more resilient, stronger, more determined, more disciplined, right? And they rose above it. It's like, this is where most people get stuck. They can't get over that barrier. But hopefully with this video, you can understand how to get over that barrier, right? This is where I believe most men are stuck, because you've only got to look at it as, how many lessons does life throw your way? You've probably been through this week and took 5 or 6 different L's. But if you keep letting those L's control your emotional state, control your mindset, control your actions, how you show up the next day, how you think, etc., then what is controlling your destiny? You're using negative fuel and emotions and failures control, your next 6 to 12 months instead of the opposite way around. Okay, so hopefully that made sense. It makes sense in my head. Drop a comment down below. If it didn't, I'm happy to chat and send some voice notes or whatever, because I'm really passionate about this shit, right? I take L's for a living, and that's why I know one day I'm going to be the biggest fucking winner. One day, let's aim for that 250 marathon first, yeah? All right, team. I appreciate your time. Yeah, I'm back on the vlogs, man. Another thing, last week was a hell week on the Gold Coast. It was terrible weather, got sick. Our Quicks Academy Instagram account got hacked, so I'm trying to get that back at the moment. Obviously not the best run. I'm so happy to be back in Dubai. Oh my God, I love this place so much. But what I was gonna say is I wanna go harder on the YouTubes. I really do. I hate Instagram. It's an app that is just terrible. I swear to God, they don't know what they're doing. It just promotes bullshit, honestly, porn, gambling, shitty little reels and stuff like that. And look, I'm not a content creator. I hate making content, but I do have a lot of value that I know I can give and share. And I think YouTube's the best place for it. So drop a comment down below. Please like this if you found this valuable, and just drop some comments. Let me know what you want to see more of, because I want to go harder on the YouTube train as well. All right, team, let's get back to work. No limits, baby. No limits. You find your limit, you find what you're made of, and then you push further. That's what it's about. Let's go.